That's the most festive shirt you've ever worn.
Yes, it is indeed. We're out of our regular New Earth Project uniform, and it's party time here at the Stoked Bloke Show, people.
Celebratory day.
It's a celebratory day where we're going to look at the surfers who advanced through to the 2025 Championship Tour. What an accomplishment. Years of your life.
All that money.
Junior tours, qualifying series.
Go all the way back to the blast-off. For many of these kids.
And many of the kids we're going to celebrate today are members of the Blast-Off community, proudly we can say. And I am dressed up for the occasion. This is a shirt by Adam's Shirts by Adam. One-offs. All the collection of shirts are all one-offs. There's no
So he made that. That's not a vintage find.
No, he made this. He finds all vintage fabric, puts them together. We thought we'd give our mate Adam Parcell a shout out. Great photographer, great individual. Thank you for the stunning shirt for this day, a special day. We'll look at the women's first, PK.
Qualifying for the 2025 WCT WSL Tour.
Yes, and leading and winning the women's rankings in first place was Sally Fitzgibbons.
Woo.
And that's a turn up. We've given Sal shout outs here on the show consistently because, like with Kelly Slater, we've loved the fact that when everybody else thinks it's over, she doesn't. And she keeps learning, she keeps trying, and she is the best four-person heat surfer, most probably in the world, I would think.
That's what you were saying, her ISA records.
Yeah, exactly. Golds at ISA, and when it comes to the four-person heats, she's incredible. Congratulations to Sal. Bella Kenworthy from the United States.
Very cool.
Know her.
Yeah, she comes from a family of 27 kids.
Yeah. Dad's been in it all his life.
Yeah, they're usually right here, right in front of the deck on the beach with a party of 10, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, Carissa's good friends with that family. She stays with them a lot when she's in California.
Isabella Nichols in third place. Again, another campaigner turning into a veteran campaigner who just keeps turning up. Yeah, on tour, off tour, on tour, off tour. And it sort of proves, I suppose, with Sally and Isabella, the value of the Challenger Series as a supporting network for the Championship Tour, because those guys have been off and got themselves back on through their competitive nous and great surfing. Fourth and fifth are the two that I'm most excited about, and I feel like you're most probably the same. Fourth place, Erin Brooks.
Wow.
Yoo-hoo!
That's our local hero here.
We love Erin, great family, been committed to the cause a long time, and that qualification is going to rattle the cage.
Youngest surfer to qualify?
We believe so.
What a year she had, winning at Fiji in real conditions and surfing amazing.
Yeah, incredible. Winning CTs, scaring people before she's on tour. Now she's on tour, they're going to be really scared. Fifth place is a very similar story. Vahini Fierro.
Someone you worked with.
Yeah, I worked with Vahini for years, and I was there with Vahini through the tough times, through the difficult times, those near misses year after year, and it was a really emotional experience. We're great friends. To see her continue to follow through and just not take the setbacks as anything but just lessons and just keep going. Fifth place for her, and again, she won Chopu. So, Erin won Fiji, Vahini won Chopo.
So they've already won on the WCT Tour.
Before they were on it, now they're on it. And then Vahini's backhand as well is incredible at J-Bay. At some of those locations, she's going to blow up on the backhand. So we feel like that top five for the women is really, really red hot. Sixth place, we're going to shout out to those who came so close. Nadia Aristabe from the Basque Country, from Spain, representing Spain. Luana Silva from Brazil. Yolanda Hopkins, and then Macy Callahan. And in ninth place, and rounding out the top 10 is Gabrielle Medina's sister.
Wow,
Sophia Medina, finishing in 10th. So she's continuing to just improve and surprise us all with her performance, and who knows where that goes next year. Congratulations, ladies. All five of you are going to scare some people there. Some have been there before, but for Bella, Erin and Vahini, I think the world's going to love watching you guys next year. On to the men. And again, the Brasileiros.
6 out of 10.
Wow, mate. Well, first place, Samuel Pupo.
Well deserved.
Well deserved. Great surfer. So fast, so dynamic, and deserves to be on that tour.
He's made for the CT. I'm surprised he fell off.
And another fantastic story, Ian Gouveia.
Yeah.
Again, second generation Brazilian pro.
Back on.
Off.
Surfers who've been off.
Third place is a great story. Marco Mignot at the ISA World Surfing Games. He just missed out on making the Olympics because 2 French surfers were already there, and his performance was so good there. He backed it up on the Challenger Series, came in third. So for France, they got Vahini in, and then on the men's, they've got Marco Mignot. Congrats to him. Then we go into a bunch of Brazilians. Alejo Munoz, back on. David Silva, back on. And Miguel Pupo, Samuel's brother.
Miggy.
We love Miggy. Veteran campaigner now, an incredible surfer, and that's a proud moment for him and the Pupo family. I got a board from Wagner, a decade or so ago, a couple decades ago. It was an incredible board too. Yeah, good shape of Wagner too. Congrats to the Pupos. Then we go into a couple of young Aussies, blast off alumni, Joel Vaughan, George Pittar. Congratulations to both those guys.
So you've seen those kids as Groms?
As little Groms, mate, and they've been competing a long time. Huey Vaughan's obviously Joel's younger brother, and he's a phenom as well. But for Joel and George, so well-deserved, tradesman-like efforts. And George Pittar's from my home beach there at Manly, North Stone board riders, mate. So I'm sure Manly is up in arms. They'll all be stoked for George. Then another Brazilian in ninth, Edgard Grogia.
I don't know much about it.
And that's what I was about to say.
Let's
I don't
learn.
know much. So it's going to be exciting to watch him. And again, Brazil keeps producing surfers who you've never heard of, and all of a sudden they're there.
And all of a sudden you hear of them.
Yeah, exactly. And then rounding it out for Hawaii, Jackson Bunch. That's a bunch of good news.
That's so cool, man. I seen that kid surf so much he was growing up at Hukipa, and he surfs excellent everywhere. He's a high quality surfer at a young age. I think he's going to do real good for a long time to come.
And he's a goofy.
He's a goofy. There's a lot of goofies in there.
A lot of goofies. In both sides. Well, most probably not too many, but it's about a pretty even split there.
So what about the just missed out? That's so sad, huh?
It is always sad, but Alan Cleland, Junior, Mexico representing, but he's a great surfer, finishing 11th. It only takes an injury here or an injury there or something along the way, and so we imagine that Alan's going to get some spots as the year goes on. Matthias Hurdy,
incredible surfer.
12th, 13th. Michael Rodriguez,
Emrod.
Incredible. Emrod's 13th. Callum Robson just missed out, and he did not look out of place on that tour when he was there, so speaks to how good it is. And then our old mate, Hiroto O'Hara in 15th. Mikey Madonna, Jordan Lawler, both blast-off kids, and Winter Vincent there in 18th. So Morgan Siblick, a lot of Aussies right there too in the cut, but it was the Brazilians who dominated the top 10, the qualification of the men. But congratulations to all of those blokes too.
What was it like when you got on tour? Did you have to go through a QS, a CS, then a WCT, or was it a totally different format?
It was.
Did you just have to pay your entry fee?
Back then, yeah, you did have to pay to enter, but back then there was one junior event in the world. The whole world. There was the Pro Junior at North Narrabeen. It was the original first Pro Junior event ever. And people, Kelly, Shane Dorian, people used to come down for that event as a group. But when I was a kid, that was the only event you had besides state and national titles.
Well, how would you get onto the
the Pro Junior?
IPS?
Well, what you had to do. So I started in 83. In 82, it was 18 and under the juniors back then. In 82, I lost in the semis of the Pro Junior, and I thought to myself, well, that's one of them things you're just going to have to learn to live without ever winning. Because we try and win everything. They made the juniors 19 and under. I got one more year as a junior, and they added another junior event called the Triple J Junior, and I won the Pro Junior and the Triple J Junior in 1983.
So then you got invited to the
So then I went out
tour?
on the world tour the same year.
How did the other people
And you go
get
in
there,
the
though?
trials.
Was everyone just assigned to the
Everybody.
tour? How did Rabbit get on the tour?
Well, so there was a top 16 seeds.
Yep.
So if we go back to 1976, they have events around the world for the year. No one knows they're going to add those events up. They're all just surfing in individual events. At the end of the year, they tell them, hey, we're going to decide a world champ. We're going to add all these events up that were held. And they went to the Outrigger Canoe Club, took the trophy out of a cabinet, gave it to Peter Townend because he'd won the most events and won the world championship.
Of what they decided,
and
yeah.
decided that was, and created a world championship.
Right.
And then 77 there's a world tour, and I start in 83. And at that point, there's a top 16 seeds, and everybody else starts in round one. So I'm in round one of the trials, and
Gotcha.
I pretty much made it through the trials of every event. I got a lot of ninths. I knocked out a lot of seeds and ended up finishing 13th that very first year.
So then you're in the top 16.
Top 16 for life, brother.
I mean,
You're never
unlimited
getting out of
money,
there.
private jets, caviar, hot
sleeping
tubs.
in tents, eating McDonald's or whatever was cheapest, baguettes and Fritz. You know what I mean? Like it was really, subsistence living at that point in time. You had to win heats to get to the next
Well, it's gone
contest.
back to everyone being broke, so that's nice.
Well, it's gone full circle.
It's gone full
I
circle.
think
Well,
that
after doing the CS, I mean, you're in debt.
I suppose you know, if you don't qualify, then it's a long road, isn't it? And you do need significant finance to be able to be a pro surfer.
Here come the GoFundMes.
Yeah, well, that's right. I mean, at least that exists.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of opportunities and ways that people can create an income for themselves and put themselves in a position to be a professional surfer, even like just using their media. Nathan Florence, Jamie O'Brien, Mason Ho. There's some incredible surfers out there who have just used their media. Koa Smith, there's great people examples. So there's all sorts of ways now you can make a living as a surfer. But today we're celebrating the competitors. Congratulations to all of you guys and girls who qualified for the 2025 CT. And thank you to A New Earth Project for the Pipeline Studios, for you, Peter King, for the Stoked Bloke Show, helping us to make that a reality. Thank you guys for watching. Congrats again to all the surfers. Thanks for watching.